Hello and hope you're doing well. This is Arzu Jafri from Learn and Help channel. My name is Arzu and I am a first year student in Albukhary International University studying Bachelor of Business Administration. I have been awarded a fully funded scholarship in 2022 and right now I'm studying BBA in this university. Since I have found this university as one of the best universities, so I want to introduce this university for you. And the best way that I can help you people to apply for this scholarship is by providing this YouTube video for you. So you can follow the instructions in order to apply for this scholarship and for admission in this beautiful and gorgeous university. So applying to scholarships are very difficult and challenging process, but I have tried my best to explain and make everything clear about this scholarship. Before going to the steps, I want to introduce this university for you. Albukhary is an international university which is recognized around the world. It was established by Sayyid Mukhtar Albukhary in 2010. And right now, this university is full of international students and international teachers. The professors are all with PhD degree and a master degree. So, studying in this university can be a very great opportunity for you for continuing your higher education. So I would like to introduce the steps for you in order to apply for this university successfully. I have put the link for you in the description of this video, which you can find this in the description after subscribing my channel. So when you go to the link, click on the link and you will come to this page. So in order to apply, first and foremost, you have to know what is the meaning of this date. 240 days, 5 hours, 41 minutes, 7 seconds. What does it mean? It means that you have this much time to apply for admission to this university and also for the scholarship. So what you should do is to follow me. First thing, you have to submit your application now. Click on this button. Then you come to this page. If you had already an account with Albukhary University, so just put your email address and the password in here. If you don't have, so just click on first time login. So when you come to this page, read this part of the information carefully. Important notes. 2 parts of the application to complete. This application has 2 parts, admission and scholarship. So you have to be careful in order to apply for admission and also scholarship. What's the second step? Categories of Albukhary scholarship offered. There are 2 categories, full scholarship and partial scholarship, which full scholarship contains tuition fees, accommodation and monthly allowance, which is 450 ringgit for international students. And the partial scholarship includes your tuition fee or tuition fee with accommodation or tuition fees and monthly allowance. Number 3, please submit 1 application. Double or more applications will be automatically rejected. So it means that if you make a mistake while filling your application, just go and edit it instead of submitting multiple applications. If you submit more than 1 application per person, so the application will be automatically rejected by university. Number 4, all information must be true. If the university finds that some information are false, then your application will be rejected. So try to be precise and careful while filling the application. Number 5, please use English alphabets to fill in all required information. So of course, this scholarship is for international students, and international students are from different countries. Since the language which this university will teach you is in English language, so what you should do is to type all the information in English language and with English alphabets. Number 6, Please provide a valid email address for us to contact you and process your application, or else your application will not be processed. So this is very important that you put a right, correct and available email address, because this is the only way that the university will inform you later about the status of your application. So you have to put the email address which is accurate. Number 3, when you are finished with all this process, you can and fill this piece of information. First name. You have to write your first name on all the details according to your passport. First name, for example, if your name is Ali, so you write it in here according to your passport. Last name, for example, Ahmadi, then you can choose your country code. For example, if you're from Afghanistan, you just simply click on Afghanistan, then your country code will be appeared. If you're from any other country, so there's the list, you can find your country from here. In case you're from Afghanistan, just click here. Then you have to put your contact number like this, or whatever your number is. Then your primary email address. You have to be careful that you put the right email address which is accessible for you, and you check that every day, because university will inform you later about the application status. So I have to choose an email address which is actually possible to be processed in here. For example, I can say AIU, or you should just simply put an email which has not been already submitted in here. You have to put an email which is new for this application, or already has not been used for Albukhary. So I can just put an email in here, Sharif or phone. Just type the email as accurately as possible, because university will contact you later about the interview. Then you have to select a password. So try to remember that when you put a password in here, you remember that, because every time when you want to log in into this application, you will need this to open your application. For example, I put something like 1212 because I can remember it easily. And also it's required that you put another email address, because in case you do not respond to this email, university will send email to another email address. So in here you have to type your identity card number or passport number. Select type of applicant. So if you're from Malaysia, click on Malaysian. If you're not from Malaysia, then click on non-Malaysian. So choose file. In here, what you should do is you have to upload a photo of yourself with white background in JPEG or PNG format, which is in passport size. You have to upload a photo of yourself. So you can just simply choose a photo from wherever you want, but you should be sure that the photo is just in passport size, because if you do not put a photo in passport size, the application will automatically reject that. So then you click on register. Oh, we forgot one thing. It's identity. It can be your passport number or ID card number. Then you click on register. See, your data has been successfully registered. Please re-log in to complete all required information is needed. So we click on OK, we click on save. Then you can see that your email and your password is already in here. So just click on this button in order to proceed with the application. See, this page appears and it's written incomplete. You have to be careful with that. So Please choose 4 different programs in order of your preference. So, what is your first preference? If you like BBS, so university will prefer. The university will also prioritize your first preference. So try to be very accurate and precise with choosing these 4 programs, because you cannot change it later. When you accept the offer letter, you cannot change it. And also the university, I mentioned it once more, that the program which you choose, or the first program which you choose, university will also prioritize that. So be careful, because it's not changeable later. So there are the list of the fields or majors which you will study. The foundation studies is just for some countries like Myanmar, Malaysian students, Indonesian students, but of course most students, they just finish 12 year of high school, so they can directly start their bachelor degree. So choose one of your bachelor fields from here. The first one is Bachelor of Business Administration, which is BBA General, Bachelor of Business Administration Marketing, Bachelor of Business Administration Human Resource Management. So you can choose based on your own preference. So we just fill them, and you can fill it according to your own preference. Then the program intake, so it means that you will take your program in either in 2023 or 2024. So model studies in Albukhary International University is full-time. It means that you cannot study part-time. 7 proceed. So in this part, what we should do is to type down our address. So my address is something like this. Just as an example, I put that, but you have to type down your address, the location which you live in, from small to big. For example, your station, your home number, the number of your LA apartment, something like that. Then you type down the city where you live and the country. Also about the religion, I want to tell you that in here there are students from around all other countries. There is no discrimination, and Albukhary accepts any kind of students from any kind of religion. So just choose your own religion. Don't be afraid. If you're Muslim, kindly just type down Muslim. If you're a Christian, you can say Christian. So now what else is needed? Birth date. You have to fill your birth date and all information about yourself according to your passport or identity number. For example, I checked my passport. It was written that my birthday is 2003 03 2. Fill them according to your passport. Postcode. You can just search on Google about the postcode of your country or city, then you can write it just in here. Gender, if you're male, you can just select male or female. Marital status, this is a key point which I want to mention again here, is that this university prioritize single students. Okay, so country of birth, the country where you were born, you have to select that. For example, mine is in Afghanistan. So number of siblings, it means the number of sisters or brothers you may have. So if you have one sister, one brother, it means that you have 2 siblings. If you have 2 brothers or 1 sister, again it means that you have 3 siblings. So you have to choose that and type down in here. Nationality, country. So if you're from Afghanistan, so of course your nationality is also Afghan or Afghanistan, so you can choose that in here. The Skype ID. So I can say that most students do not use Skype ID or Skype account, so you can, if you have, it's good, just write it in here. If you don't have, so you can also put your email address. Personal statement. Are you transferring from other institution in Malaysia? If you have been awarded any other scholarship and you had studied before in Malaysia and you want to transfer your credits to this university, just click on yes. If you no, then click on no. Disability or critical illness. Do you have any disability, impairment, or long-term medical condition which will affect your studies? If you have a disability, just simply click on yes. If you don't have, click on no. Allergies. Do you have allergies which will affect your studies? So if you're allergic to something, just click on yes. If not, click on no. Passport details. Date of issue. You have to type down the date which your passport was issued. So for example, mine was on 2023. Then you have to just choose them according to your passport. Then 2030. Sorry, I made a mistake. Yeah, you have to be very accurate in order to avoid making mistakes. So which country gave you passport? For example, for me, Afghanistan. So you have to choose your country. Are you holding any type of Malaysian immigration pass now? If you have any kind of immigration pass from Malaysia, just click on yes. If no, click on no. Then 7, proceed. So we go to the next step. Yeah, we are completed with personal details, personal statement, and passport details. So we click on next. In here, academic qualification. In here you upload and put all the data regarding your academic qualification. For instance, high school qualification. Okay, so you choose your level, O level or high school grade 10. If you are graduated from high school, which the last year of school was grade 10 for you, so you have to type this high school grade 10. If O level, which means grade 12, so you can choose this one. Year complete. In which year have you completed your high school? You have to just put it in here. School institution name. You have to write the name of the school which you have been graduated from. Okay, then you have to type down the address and the country. Please enter your subject grades as follows. Seeing here there are 2 subjects, English and mathematics. You just have to write the overall score which you have taken in these 2 classes. For example, mine was 98 in English from 100 and 92 in mathematics from 100. So I have typed it down in here. Highest academic qualification. You may skip this field if you're applying for foundation program, but if you are not a foundation program, you have to fill this part. Certificates, so you have to choose the certificate from here. If you have been graduated from a high school from grade 12, you choose grade 12, or if you are from Malaysian, if you have a Malaysian high school certificate SDPM, you have to click in here, or diploma. But most students apply to this university, they are just high school with grade 12, so you have to choose that. Program name. So in here, for example, you can just write Afghanistan national curriculum according to Ministry of Education, or just simply write Afghanistan, or the name, the curriculum which you have been offered in your own country. Just type down the name of that. For example, Afghanistan, all national and compulsory subjects. Then you have to type down your GPA or percentage in here, the date which you have, which you had already started your school. It means the first day of your school. So then you have to choose them correctly. For example, I started my school on 2007, then the year which you completed or finished the school, just write that in here and try to be as much as accurate as you can. Select institution, so you have to click in here See, there are the names and lists of schools, but if you are from none of them, so just click on other. When you click it in here, you have to type the name of your school and also the location of your school. English proficiency qualification. Because this university is international university, the main or the only language which you can learn is English. All the professors and students speak in English. So there are 3 or 4 types of English international tests which are aggregated and accepted by the university, which are TOEFL IBT test, IELTS exam, linguist skill, and so on. So you have to just write them later, but in here you have to just talk about your national language. So if your national language, your native language is English, just write English. If you're a non-English speaker, just click on non-English. Then English qualification. Which type of English qualification you have? If you have a TOEFL internet-based test, it's acceptable. Just choose this one. I have to mention one thing that scores about 60 or over 60 in TOEFL IBT test is acceptable. And for the IELTS, 5.5 or at least 5.5 is acceptable, and also 6 for some majors is compulsory to have. Also, there are other types of English tests which are acceptable, but if you do not have any of these qualifications, it's okay. Just you have to upload a qualification which proves that you know English, because whenever you come in here, when you come to Malaysia and Albukhary International University, they will provide you with ALC classes, language skill classes. They teach you from basic to advanced level. They will teach TOEFL or IELTS preparation, but mostly they will prefer IELTS exams, so they teach IELTS preparation for you, then they pay for the IELTS exam and will take the IELTS exam from you. So don't worry about this part. I had already taken TOEFL IBT test, so I just clicked in here. Then you have to type down your score and the year taken. For example, I took that in 2021 and I selected that in here. Then I click on Save and Proceed. So when I save that, see, I have also completed the high school qualification, highest academic qualification, and English proficiency qualification. Then I just simply click on Next. And the last step is financial information. I want to tell you that this scholarship is not only based on your academic achievement. It is not based on your academic achievement. It's also based on your financial need, living condition, involvement, social involvement. So this is very important and you have to consider this point. Okay. About the details, I want to read this part for you. The set of criteria explains the measures set by university to identify candidates who lack access to education and are in need of a scholarship. Attached to the set are the guidelines followed by AIU to assess and evaluate the related financial conditions of each candidate according to their countries. So it means that also your country where you live in has some rules in getting a scholarship from AIU. It's because those countries which students do not have access to education, or poor countries, they can be prioritized in this scholarship. So 40% of your success in getting a fully funded scholarship depends to your academic achievement. The academic qualification for particular programs based on minimum entry requirements. Financial background. 30% of your success in getting a fully funded scholarship is based on your financial background. I mean that this university mostly prioritized and privileged and targeted at D40 group, it means the local student, and also the international students which their family income is $300 monthly or less than that. Living condition has 20% rule. It's for war-torn country, Muslim minority country, or orphans. So these people of these countries has also been prioritized by this university. And the next one is involvement, which has 10% rule. The level of involvement in community societies or sports related, they are very important for you because this university also value extracurricular activities. So as much as certificates or videos about showing your social involvement you have to upload them. So scholarship information, categories of scholarship offered, I had already explained about this part before. So there are these types of scholarship, full scholarship and partial scholarship. Full scholarship has 3 parts. It will cover your tuition fees, accommodation and monthly allowance, which is 450 ringgit. Partial scholarship, which only covers your tuition fees or tuition fees and accommodation, tuition fees and monthly allowance, or you will not be provided any scholarship and you will study here with your own money. So these are the options which you can study in AIU, but one thing which is also very important to mention in here is that AIU or Malaysia doesn't cover any fee for your travel cost or for traveling cost. It doesn't pay for your flight ticket and it doesn't pay for your visa fees, but the visa fees depends to the country where you live in. For example, for Afghanistan it's just 2,500 ringgit, and for travel costs from Afghanistan, from Iran to Malaysia just costs about $600. So these fees are just for you. You have to pay them. Do you wish to apply Albukhary scholarship program? Of course, most students prefer to study by scholarship, not by their own payment. So just click on yes. When you click on yes, this window appears. What does it mean? It means that these documents are compulsory if you want to apply and if you want to be awarded a scholarship. Your original copy of your father's passport or death certificate. Okay, so you have to upload your father's passport, or if he is dead, so you have to upload his death certificate, your mother passport or her death certificate, original copy of your father's income slip. The income slip is also very important. You have to just upload it. Original copy of your mother's income slip. If your mother is not a housewife and she has an income, you have to upload her slip. Number 5 is copy of your utility bill, which means electricity or water bill. Number 6, verification letter by one of the referees. So you have to upload these 6 documents in order to be awarded a scholarship from AIU. Then scroll down. Please note that uploading of irrelevant documents in place of the correct documents may result in the application being viewed or rejected. So you have to upload the required document, not the irrelevant documents. Then click on OK, and this window appears. What does it mean? And here you have to write some paragraphs about the questions which you have been asked. Are you referred to AIU by an organization? If you are referred to AIU by an organization, you just click on yes, and then you have to write which organization, where, how, when, these details. But if no, just click on simply no. Number 1, why should the Albukhary Foundation sponsor you? You have to write this in a paragraph format, about 150 words, and because this is very compulsory, you can use Word, then type all of your ideas in Word, then copy and paste it in here. You have to write why Albukhary Foundation sponsored you. You may write about your financial situation. You may write about the issues in your country which doesn't allow you to educate in your own country, or about whatever you want, just write why Albukhary should offer you scholarship. Number 2, how will the scholarship impact your future? So you have to just write that why or how this scholarship will change your future, what are the impacts, what will be the effects of this scholarship in your future. You have to write this in 150 words, then copy and paste it in here. Number 3, what makes you a suitable and good candidate, and any relevant skills you have to just talk about them, about your experiences, achievement during your school or after that, your work experience or any other kind of activities which you may have. You have to mention them in here because this can have at least 10% rule in your success in this scholarship. Yes, you have to write all of them because this is a compulsory field which should be completed. Then you go to this part, parents, legal guardian information, parents or legal guardian information. Then you have to choose the marital status of your parents. If they are married, choose married. If not, you have to choose it from here. Then you have to write the name of your father, his identity number, maybe his passport number, nationality, if he's an Afghan or an American, you just choose it from here. Phone number, you have to put a phone number in here. Then the occupation type, for example, if he's a jobless, you can just he's jobless, or also you have to write his income, which should be $300 or less than that. Then the relationship, and you go down and fill the part which is about your mother. You have to write her name, for example, Fatima. Then identity number, just choose that according to her passport or identity card. Choose her nationality, also her phone number, then her occupation, and her income, which even you can just simply put 0 if she doesn't have any income. And choose the relationship, type of relationship which she has with you. And then you come to this part. This part belongs to the referees, the person who will be your reference, because university may ask these 2 people about you, about the accuracy of the data which you have provided about yourself or your family. So just write his name or her name in here, then write the contact number, then write her email, for example, like this, or the relationship of this referee with yourself, for example. He or she may be your representative of area. Then write his or her location. Also do the same thing for this field about the second referee, just by following the same steps. Then to write her contact number and email. Then have any of your sibling relative being awarded by AIU? If you know someone in your family, relatives which has already an AIU scholarship, click on yes. If no, then click on no. Then click on 7 proceed. So see, I have not filled this part, but you have to fill it. You have to write it very accurately. But for me, because time is very short, I just write something. So then I scroll 7 proceed. I click on OK. Then see, I have completed the basic information, academic qualification, and financial information. So you have to be curious about where should we upload our documents. Of course, there is a lot of necessity for necessary documents which you have to upload them. So where you should do is just this part. This section has document upload. Click here to upload the document. So in order to avoid the confusion, firstly you have to fill the basic information, academic qualification, and financial information. Just then, when you filled all of them, you come to this part and upload your documents. So let's see, what are the essential documents? See, these are the documents which you have to upload them, in addition to the documents which you need for uploading for your scholarship. So for scholarship, it was needed for your father income slip, your mother income slip, electricity or water bill, a photo of your house view, a photo of your kitchen view, a photo of your living room view. So these in addition to all these documents are also needed. So certified copy of original scholarship letter if you have. So just simply upload your copy of original scholarship letter, but if you don't have, it's not compulsory. Certified original copy of your father identification or death certificate, you have to upload this in here. Certified original copy of your mother identification. You have to also upload qualification from English language. If you have taken TOEFL or IELTS, you have to just simply do it in here, upload it in here. And the number 11 is a certified original copy of your mother income slip, as I told you before. Number 12, certified copy of utility bill, electricity, water bill, verification letter by one of the peers. The verification letter to clarify your parents' occupation, amount of monthly income, and household living conditions. Verification letter must be in English language. So what you should do, this part is a bit tricky. You can ask the representative of your valley, the representative of the place where you live in, to write a reference for you. And you can just ask, you can just write yourself in English language, then you can ask him or her to just sign and put the stamp and his contact number for you. Then you can upload it in here. Also, you can also ask your school teachers if they know about your parents' occupation, amount of monthly income. You can also ask them to do this part for you. So then you can upload the documents in here. See, there are a lot of documents which we have already spoken about. So you can just click on update, then choose file. You can choose your file from any of these spaces, then save and proceed. You have to do this for all these 12 or 16 required places. Click on update, click on choose file, then when you selected your file, save and proceed. These are the steps which you have to carefully follow them and complete them. Once you complete all these details, when you upload all these documents, then you can come to applicant details. You can come to this part C, because right now I have not uploaded any document, my status is incomplete. But when you upload all these documents, sign them, so it will be written complete. So you have to be careful to check the status of your application regularly. Also, when you open the Albukhary International University website, you can see more details about how to apply to this scholarship. But these are the steps which I personally followed them and successfully awarded a scholarship. So last but not least, it's very important that you write the correct name of the documents. You have to write the correct name of the documents. Write your name, your last name, your passport number, or if you upload a document about your high school qualification, write your name, last name, qualification, the name of your qualification or something like that. You have to be precise with naming the documents, because they are also very important. Once you complete all these details, of course, as I mentioned before, you have to check the status if it's submitted or no. When it's submitted, in here, instead of this rate incomplete word, you see submitted with a green color, then it means that your application has successfully been submitted. and you have to wait for the interview process for about 3, 4 or 2 months. So thank you for your patience, thank you for watching my video, and I wish you subscribe and follow my channel in order to support me. Thank you so much.